Stephen Jackson. I'm one of the attorneys at McManamy Jackson Hollis.
I'm TJ Hollis. I'm his partner and attorney at McManamy Jackson Hollis.
What are the most common reasons closings get delayed?
Closing delays, unfortunately, are not uncommon. Matter of fact, our Georgia Association of Realtors contract actually calls for an automatic extension that a party can invoke. It's an 8-day unilateral right to extend based on certain reasons. We commonly see closings being delayed. Obviously, if there's a title issue, we're going to have a delay in closing. If we're going to have a closing at all, we're going to make sure that we can properly vest somebody in title. Unfortunately, it's non-communicative clients, right? They'd say it, but there's some people, they've got a closing that's coming up and they just don't answer the proper questions. There are certain items that we need in order to fulfill our functions, right? If you're selling a piece of property, I have to have your loan number, right, that I'm paying off. I have to have your social security number. There are pieces of information that are necessary for us to proceed to the next step. And then, we've also got issues with, properties not being properly ready to close, right? Sellers moving out at midnight the day before closing and they just don't get everything out. So, those are reasons that we get different delays. One, technical issues, right? We aren't ready to actually close because, there's a title issue or something's not ready. Others are, just the closing timeline folks aren't meeting.
Well, the closing process is different for every single file. There's a lot of different variables in the equation. Some people live in town, some people are out of town. So you've got a lot of logistics issues that sometimes things go wrong. But what we do is make sure that everybody's being communicated with up front. If there's a title issue, we'll go very early. If there is some logistics issues, mail outs, powers of attorney, we do everything we can to make sure we maintain the timing of the contract to close on time. But there is a lot of variables, and look, it's Murphy's Law, life is happening. But what we can do is just communicate well. And I always say, I don't care who dropped the ball, we're just gonna pick it up and run with it and get this thing closed. And that's the best that we can do. And the partners we work with, both lenders, agents in this town, we have really good relationships with, and we have a constant conversation of what's going on so we can adjust accordingly and help them get their clients across the finish line.